Hey guys, it's DOUPPY here, and as of today, October 12th of 2019, Black Ops 4 is officially 1 year old. That's right, 365 days. That's how long this game has been out. And I guess in today's video, I'm gonna give my final verdict on this game since it's been out for a year. And it's coming to the end of its life cycle now, and I feel like this is a good time to review it. So we're basically going to be looking at what Black Ops 4 was, what it could have been, what it ended up being, and that sort of thing throughout today's video. Okay, so Black Ops 4 obviously launched on October 12th of 2018, and when the game came out, I have to say it had quite a bit of potential. I would say Blackout held the most potential, and I think Blackout was key to Black Ops 4's early success, because if Blackout wasn't good, then Black Ops 4 would have instantly flopped, because Blackout was the replacement for the campaign, and it was filling some big shoes there, and I think it filled them successfully. I don't want to see this happen again, though. I feel like this is more of a one-time sort of thing, and I really don't want this to happen again. But I'm really amazed that the dev team was able to make Blackout in 9 months. Yes, you guys heard that right. Treyarch made Blackout in literally 9 months, and it turned out amazing. It's quite amazing, honestly. Now multiplayer, it also launched pretty solidly. There were a few problems though. The maps that launched were pretty good. They were pretty solid. There were a few remakes, but that's okay. And there were I think correct me if I'm wrong, I think there were about 12 maps at launch. About 4 of the a lot of those maps, well, not a lot, a few of those maps were remakes though, and that's okay, because they add maps at the time and whatever. One other cool thing about multiplayer is that we got those reactive camos, and I think Black Ops 4 has the best camos in any Call of Duty game for sure, like 100%. Okay, now with Black Ops 4, we were introduced to the tier system, and I have to say I quite enjoyed this system, because you got all the loot, all sort of like all the items, you unlock them all naturally, and you can do it naturally. Like, I was able to unlock everything through the tiers naturally when I was playing the game. During the summer I was away, and I didn't play any of the Zombies Operation Apocalypse, or whatever they call it. I didn't play any of that, and obviously I didn't get any of the items in that operation. I really liked that system. That was a really good system. You knew what you were getting if you bought the tiers. And it showed you what you were going to get next. It was a really good system. I really enjoyed it. We also saw the item shop. Okay, now the item shop, I think is interesting. I think an item shop is easily acceptable in a free-to-play game like Fortnite, and obviously you guys have probably heard this before. In Black Ops 4, it's much harder to make a good item shop that the community would be happy with. I feel like everything would have to be cheap, and Black Ops Pass owners would have to have a pretty good discount to make it work. Well, obviously we didn't see that, and that's what eventually made Black Ops 4 fail, in my opinion. Okay, now we'll move on to Zombies at launch. Okay, Zombies at launch was an absolute mess. They were going for 3 maps this year, which is, I think, more than ever before at the start of a Call of Duty game. Oh my god, you couldn't even play Zombies at launch. You would get so many blue screens that your game would crash, your PC could force shut down. Zombies was not good at launch, and then eventually it got better with time though, but Zombies in Black Ops 4 I think ultimately kind of failed overall. There were some beautiful maps, but a lot of the maps weren't very good quality. The zombies were like glitchy. The special weapons, you spawned in with them, and you spawned in with Juggernaut and things like that. But, we won't get into detail with that in this video, at least. Okay, eventually we saw our first operation as well with Operation Absolute Zero, and we got our first DLC weapons. Now, I feel like they should have added more DLC weapons with each operation. I feel they should have added about 4 We only got 2, which is, it's not that many, but, they were weapons and you could earn them naturally through progression. That's what I appreciate about that. Okay, I feel like this was the peak of Black Ops 4, up until January and New Year's, 2019. This is when Black Ops 4 started to go downhill, and it never sort of went back up. Operation 2 actually, Grand Heist, that operation introduced supply drops to Black Ops 4. It was cosmetic only, but introduced supply drops, and it was starting to get a bit much for the community, and this is where Black Ops 4 started to take a turn for the worst. One of the major factors throughout the rest of Black Ops 4's life cycle that, in my opinion, made it fail was definitely the monetization. That is one of the main factors, if not the main factor, of Black Ops 4's failure, basically. There was too much monetization. There was a season pass, which is a failure, a flop. All the maps in the season pass were garbage, apart from elevation or whatever they called it. And there was only 12 maps to begin with. The only thing worth it, I guess, were zombies maps. Season pass was a flop. They also had a season pass in it, obviously. They had an item shop, okay, with very expensive stuff in it, too many bundles. They had a tier system, and then they added loot boxes. And on top of that, you have to pay for the game to even get access to it. So there was just too much monetization, way too much. There was too much recycled content. There was not enough content for this game, first of all. Only 12 multiplayer maps. And this time we saw, I think, only 8 zombies maps. In Black Ops 3 we got DLC 2, and that added up to about 14 maps. But I think we got some pretty decent zombies maps, at least, beauty-wise, in Black Ops 4. But we got a bunch of recycled weapons, and a lot of those weapons were put in supply drops. And we didn't get enough weapons, really. So that's one of Black Ops 4's weak points as well. And I think one of the major ones was Treyarch not listening to the community. I remember at the start of the year, we were asking for the advanced UAV, and they would not bring it to us. And they've brought in the $30 hammer. We told them we don't want this. There was a bunch of flashback, and then they just proceeded to add weapons and loot boxes. Yeah, that does not create trust with your community, Treyarch, okay? That doesn't create trust with the community. Don't do that. So the 3 points of Black Ops 4's failure were its downfall, were its monetization, 1. Number 2, too much recycled content and a lack of content. And number 3, not listening to the community. Okay, so hopefully guys you enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys have a good day. And I guess happy birthday to Black Ops 4. Alright, DOUPPY out.
You know me. I don't like anyone